on, brother?
How you doing?
Hanging out, man. From the email that you gave me, Eric, is like, man, arrested?
Yes, it's unbelievable. I can't find anything about it online. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, it's because your CDL is not active if your physical is not current, but it just seems like wow. And the officer kept saying it was up to it was Illinois State calling for this, but as it turns out, through the grapevine, I heard it's each individual sheriff of the counties is making that call to court. And I've got it reset for the 6th. I've got an attorney. It's $500, and it looks like I'm going to get out of it. But they were talking a year. If I pleaded guilty, a year, no CDL, and then like if I pleaded not guilty, if I got convicted, which I'm guilty of it, be 5 years. It's like, man, you guys are nuts.
That's crazy because we just had a situation where a guy hit one of those construction controller arms and he didn't know and he paid for the ticket and he got his license suspended for a whole year. So you have to fight the ticket, right?
Yeah, that's what's going to happen there. What I understand, I didn't talk to the attorney directly. The secretary said he knows the ins and outs. It'll be just fine. So
Wow. So, for everybody out there, um, if you are not current with your DOT physical, right, then we got to do more research about it. But in your certain situation, when you were in Illinois, they arrested you for it.
yeah, and I just put a clutch in my truck, which if you've ever done that, it's a big job. I had showered in 2 days. I was greasy, nasty, and I was bobtail, and I was on an off the highway blacktop. Had just turned around, the truck died, and lights went off, and it burst into flames. And they took me to jail too. I was like, man, I couldn't have a worse day. Impounded the truck and everything.
So the cop didn't even show up until they saw that your truck was on fire. Was that what it
Well,
was?
I had to call 911, get the fire department out there to put it out. I would have recorded that, but I was on the Coderville Fire Department, so it's old hat to see put a vehicle out. I wasn't too worried about it, get it put out. Less than a mile from the mill, I was going to get it one of our big lifts and just take it back, done. Clean up anything that fell off, no problem. Oh no, they had to impound the truck and took me to jail. It was crazy. It was unbelievable.
That's crazy. That's crazy right there. So, so let's backtrack this. Tell me how your day exactly went that day, Eric. So what happened first and then what led to, the arrest?
Okay. Had finished the clutch. It took 6 days, but it wasn't full days. It was 2 and 3 hours, 4 hours a day. But the last 2 days was hard at it. We hopped in me and my buddy that helped me, we hired him just pro tem for this. Headed out. It was 4 miles north of town. It was actually the road that goes from our shop to the sawmill. And I turned around in the people's right next to their driveway. It was kind of warm that day, and I didn't want to etch up their blacktop. So I backed into the yard, and as I hit reverse, all the lights in the truck lit up. Put it in first, and turned back to the intersection to make a left to go back south, back into Coderville. And as I got to the stop sign, it died, and stuff started hissing and popping. And I set the brakes and jumped out and seen it was on fire. Expended the fire extinguisher pretty quickly, and it just went in. You seen the picture I sent, and I've got a video of before that as it started to go. If I can send that to you too. And I called my dad to see if he just wanted to let it burn and drag it back to the mill. If he was like, "Oh no, trying to put it out." So I called the fire department. Out in Washington County showed up, and as they got it put out, they took me to jail.
And the reason that they took you to jail wasn't for the fire, but because you weren't up to date on your DOT.
DOT physical, correct.
That's crazy. Do you have a piece of paper that you could text me that or some information showing that's what that was?
Yeah, I'll send you a picture of the ticket, and then I've got the paperwork that says I'm back. I'm gold with the Secretary of State / DMV, if you want to call it, of Illinois. I'm good. I'm back, right as rain. But now, I got to go to court and potentially lose my license or CDL for a little while. It's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
What I think about is the old man that with a heart condition that's ducking the DOT physical that if he was stopped like that and had a load that had to be somewhere at a certain time, that old cat might have a heart attack in that jail. You know what I'm saying? The older guys that would be ducking a DOT physical. I mean, I passed mine flying colors, not a problem.
So what was the miscommunication? You just thought that you were good on your DOT physical and you didn't realize that it expired, or
It extended. They got extended through COVID, and I had actually had COVID, and I forgot about it. My fault. I'm guilty of it. But it seems
right.
a little extreme. Okay, fine, great, however much, fine. But jail and impound the truck? What about that load if I, theoretically could have had that needed to
Right.
be somewhere? That ain't nothing to do with Washington County or state of Illinois.
No, that's crazy. Well, no, I appreciate you, for your time, and we'll let all the mother truckers comment down below and let them know their experience if something like this has happened to them.
I couldn't
And
find anything.
yeah, yeah. So hopefully, if you guys know anything, let us know. But 100%, make sure you fight it, Eric, because if you pay if you pay the ticket for this, it sounds like you will lose your CDL for at least a year to 5, right?
Yeah, that's if I pled not guilty. But I think this attorney, he's also the uh, public defender, so
Mhm.
he's in there like swimwear. It doesn't sound like it's going to be a big deal, but it's $500, and it was
I heard that.
150 to get me out of jail.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Nah, well, overall, I appreciate you for being on the show, sharing your experience, and hopefully it helps other people out.
Yes, that's why I reached out to you is for other people. I mean, be expecting this at least in Washington County, Illinois.
I heard that. Nah, thanks, and I'll wait for the links when you
Yeah,
text them to me or whatnot, and we'll be good to go.
I'll just shoot you a picture of the ticket and what the exact what they're charging me with. The what's the number? What do they call them? I'll send it to you. I'll get a close up of the exact violation because it's how tickets are. You can't hardly read them.
I heard that. I'm glad you're okay though, brother.
Yeah, man, I'll make it. I'll be fine.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, see you.
Yep, bye.
Right.